All right, this video is going to be about the advanced shots that you should probably know if you want to make a really cool real estate video. You can do it with all of the beginner shots I've mentioned in the last video, but these are just going to elevate your videos a lot more in special purposes. So let's get right into it. So first of all, make the video undeniably yours. This is going to absolutely set you on the right track. If you master the video or the shots in the video before, and if you master all of these, you are going to have a lot of creative expressiveness, as you know, some like to call it. But with that being said, these are going to be some very difficult shots. So sometimes, I'll have to take these multiple times to get a really good one sometimes. So keep that in mind. But with that being said, these are some really, really powerful shots. So this is a list of 5 shots that you are going to be happy that you have in your toolkit. So the crane shot, the drift shot, the speed ramp, the hyperlapse or time lapse, and spin shots. So with that being said, share the course. I can't do it without you. I want to, as you guys know, I have a pretty grand vision with this. I want to start a revolution of amazing real estate service as well as marketing. And I simply can't make the reach without you. So share this course. Someone will appreciate you for doing so. And warning, this is the most important video up until this point in the entire course. So don't skip, don't jump around, don't fast forward, none of that. But I will say you can put it in 2x speed. Sometimes I don't talk too fast. Put it in 2x speed, save yourself some time, and let's get into it. So the crane shot, how it looks, how to perform, and when to use. So we'll start off with how it looks. So we're going to start off with some history on this shot. So the reason why they call it a crane shot is because in movie productions, they actually have a camera on a crane doing this crazy movement. And what this movement looks like is, so a camera right here, it generally rotates as well as elevates, or I guess maybe, so rotation and elevation. So we are going to watch a quick video. This is the best video I could find on it. And again, so Instagram is going to block my camera, just so you know, but I'll let you know when the crane comes. That sounds kind of weird to say. So that's a tilt up. This is, I guess, kind of a tilt down and pull back. And this is a crane shot right here. So you could see the start of the movement. He is walking forward, so you have movement and you have rotation and you have elevation. So all of that at the same time creates this really cool crane shot. So watch the rest of this. So it wasn't very long, but you could see he was walking forward, he was elevating, and he was rotating. So again, these are not beginner shots by any stretch of imagination. And that this is also kind of a crane shot, but he's locking his tilt. So as you can see, it's his camera isn't level with the horizon. This isn't a true tilt or a true crane shot. A true crane shot would keep that horizon leveled. And then he just gets into some different shots that aren't what we are looking to really learn about right now. So that is how the crane shot looks, and as you can see kind of by how he was walking, how to perform. But my best advice for this is learn the, master the push in shot. By now you should have the push in shot mastered, but this is also going to take some joystick control, unless you're going to put your gimbal in a setting where you are just going to, you're just going to move it for that, I guess, for that rotation. But you can do it either way, however it works best for you. But first, master that push in shot, then get the elevation, and then get the rotation. So once you have push in shot, then you have the level change. I didn't go into that, but I guess that is kind of important for, that's an important step to master before you get into a crane shot. But push in shot plus a level change plus, I guess, a pan. So just some rotation. You're going to do that all at one time. And, that's going to look, obviously it looked really cool for that living room. Again, special purpose. I don't use this a whole lot, but when I do, it generally looks pretty cool. So that is the crane shot and how to perform, when to use. Again, just, it's very special purpose. Now let's talk about the drift. So the drift, this one is one of my favorites, but again, I don't use it very often. I think this is best used for exteriors, but I'll get into that in just a second. So how it looks, let's go right back into Instagram. All right, so this is the drift. So those first two shots were the drift. And here, I'm going to go back. Okay, so you could kind of see there, it looked like, the subject was obviously staying in place, but when he was going around it, it was almost as if the camera was locked on, but there was also side movement. So there's side movement, and there is an aspect of that camera following that subject from one side to the other. So it's not just, the camera is just locked going like that. So now pretend that the camera is like, looking at my face. So it'll go like that, and then it'll go like that. So that is a horrible, horrible example, but hopefully you caught the gist of that. It's going to be side movement plus some sort of rotation following a subject. So hopefully that made some sense there. So that covers how to perform and when to use. So again, I think this is really cool for exterior shots or big spaces, like big living rooms, maybe just large spaces, or really cool, I guess, subjects. So maybe this is a kitchen island. I think that would be really cool. I've never used it like that, but I think, that would make for a really cool video. Again, this takes a lot of space. So if you have a really big room, maybe consider this shot. So that covers the drift. Now let's talk, well, before we talk a little about the speed ramp, let's talk about the hyperlapse and kind of rope those into each other. So I am going to show you a hyperlapse first, and then I will talk about the speed ramp. So hopping back into Instagram, we are going to watch one of my videos. This shot is going to be super, super quick, and unfortunately I can't rewind. So if you want to rewind, I would highly encourage you to do so. It's going to be the shot directly after this shot. So I approached this storm door, and now I'm exiting. So I'm actually doing a push in to, before we leave the property. But this is towards the end of my shoot, towards the end of the video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to track the home and walk a little arc around the property, and you'll see kind of what this accomplishes in just a second. So, and again, this comes quick, so feel free to rewind. Here we go. So, as you can see, I just quickly zipped around that side of the house, so that back side of the house. I just walked an arc, and this is where I did have my gimbal. So I was walking straight, but I had my camera and my gimbal. I was holding it sideways, but I had one of these doors on the outside. I had that tracked with active track. Well, I think I actually selected it, um, but yeah, then I used active track to keep that focus, or the subject in focus, that entire time, and then I don't think that was a hyper. I think that was actually a speed ramp, but um, it looks more like a hyperlapse than it does a speed ramp, so that's why I showed it to you. But we are going to we are going to get into speed ramps, and well, I guess let's talk a little bit more about when to use. So when to use, I think this is great for exterior, and we're talking hyperlapse and speed ramps, or hyperlapse and time lapse. Oh my gosh. I think this is good for exterior, but I don't think it's necessary to use it almost any other time when you're doing real estate videography. How you perform this movement. So it's kind of up to you. It's more of a speed modification than it is a shot type and a walking pattern or a gimbal movement. But you can use this in I like to use this. Pretty much the only reason I would ever use this is exterior. I'm just going to say it that way. But speed ramps is much different. Speed ramps, this is where I use speed ramps in just about I use speed ramps in every single video. Like every video that I use, or every video that I do, there are multiple speed ramps, and you'll see that in just a second. So now we're gonna hop back into Instagram. I'm gonna show you one of my videos, and we will just experience the whole video together, and I'll pause it at various spots, and I'll show you exactly what I'm thinking. So let's get out of this video and let's get in this video. All right. So that is even an example of a speed ramp. So I just sped it up just a little bit. So the cadence was, you know, I guess as I imagined. But yeah, let's just keep on with the video. Okay, so there's going to be a speed ramp here too. So right in the middle, this is accomplished by doing something in the editing room that we'll talk about in the next module. But just keep in mind, or just watch this middle part. It just speeds up really quick, and then I get into another shot, and then I'm not going to stop it until we get into that bedroom right over there, that red bedroom, and then we will no, we'll concur, or what is it? Reconvene. All right, so that last shot was also a speed ramp. It just, it was kind of just a basic pan, and then I did a push in, and then I just sped up that push in, so it looked kind of dynamic when I was then doing a little bit of a pan into the bedroom. So let's get back into our presentation here. So that is the speed ramp. So this is accomplished in the editing room. This isn't a shot type, but the reason why I included it in shooting techniques is because you are going to have to be aware that this is a shot that you're designing your shot around the fact that that is going to be a speed ramp. So when I was doing that shot down the hallway, out of the living room, through the hallway into the bedroom, I didn't have it in my mind that I wasn't going to speed it up at all. When I was thinking about that shot, I was like, okay, when after I pan out of this, I'm going to just make sure that this is smooth because this is all going to be fast, and then I'm going to slow it down when I get into that bedroom. And that's exactly what I did. So that is how you have to kind of think about the speed ramp, because that is going to directly impact how how that shot looks. So that is part of that shoot to edit idea that you always have to have in your head, because when you go into, if you want to make one of these speed ramps, you have to kind of think, well, where is it going to speed up? Where is it going to slow down? Okay, now I'll take that shot. So that's why walking through, that's why visualization, that's why shooting to edit, all of those things have to be very, at the forefront of your mind when you're thinking about how you're going to make a really, really nice real estate video. So that is speed ramps. Now what we're going to talk about is the spin shot, if my thing would go forward. So the spin shot, this one, transparently, I've never used, but I think it does look kind of cool. I will hop back into Instagram again. All right, so as you can see here, the horizontal axis is completely wonky, and that is by design. So what you're going to do is you are going to, well, here, I'll just show you what the spin shot looks like, and then I'll get into how to perform. So that is literally all the spin shot looks like. What you can do is, if you zoom in to, that spot, maybe you can keep on going in that axis and, get to a full 360 and try to make a cool transition out of that. That is completely beyond me. I don't like doing that. So what I would recommend if you want to do this is go to the last setting, so the fourth setting on your gimbal. And when you get into that, you're just going to use the joystick to move your gimbal. And this is accomplished with a push in shot. So once you push in, you're gonna hold that joystick, and that is going to accomplish the look you are going for. All right, really quick summary, because I am probably at like 4% by now. We went over the crane shot, the drift shot, the speed ramp, hyperlapse, and spin shot. We went through what they are, where they're used, how they're performed, and some more. So if you have any other questions, check out Gimbal King, the Gimbal King Instagram, or check out my Instagram and kind of analyze each shot and see what you like, see what you want to see what you want to take out of it. And with that being said, this is Mobile Video Mastery. It's time to get after it.